10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Welcome everybody. This is installment number 3 of the 1974 Winnebago Brave, also known as Miss Winnie. I have another story to tell you. Come on inside. You know you're always welcome to a humble little home away from home. Let's see, you've already seen that view. Let's look at this view. Okay. Today, the story is related to the very first video that I put up about this Winnebago. The video I am referring to is Winnie Goes to the Shop to get work done, or something like that. It's titled like that. Winnie Gets Work Done, or something like that. So I knew from the start when I bought this there was quite a bit wrong with it. The brakes weren't the greatest. The steering was very sloppy, and it was scary to drive, but we drove it for a couple years, but I knew something had to be done. So you can go back. Actually, I'll insert a little bit of taking Miss Winnie to the shop. And here is that footage right now. 74 Winnebago into the garage. It means I'm putting all new brake lines on this. So, and hopefully in about a week we'll have her back and we'll be ready to go wherever we want.
There it went. Yeah.
Till Tuesday. Because they're closed tomorrow. It's July 4th tomorrow. But I thought I would take her Sunday morning when there's no traffic, and you never know when the brakes are going to go on this. Okay, so we took it back to the shop. I mean, we didn't take it back to the shop. We took it to the shop, and what I told them is, you know what? The steering is sloppy, the brakes, it needs brakes. I knew it needed brakes. You know, just fix it. Well, this is what they have done to it. New front disc brake. Two front disc brake. Front severe duty pads. I'm guessing that is brake pads. New caliper, left, right caliper. Front wheel seal, rear wheel seal. New master cylinder. Rear left wheel cylinder, left, right wheel cylinder. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera or not. Rear brake hose. Rear brake hose. Oh, excuse me. Rear brake hoses. Rear brake drum. New rear brake shoes. Brake drum hardware kit. Rear right adjusting kit. Rear left adjusting kit. Front foot 3/16 poly brake line. Brake fluid, of course. We all know that. Tire balancing compound. Truck valve stem. Six tires. Tire disposal charge, of course. I don't even tie rod end, drag link, king bolt set, front brake hose, 3/16 brake lining fitting, brass fitting inverted flare nut, nylon cable tie, PVC elbow, cotter pin, you know they're going to charge you all that hardware and stuff. Okay. Unfortunately, I left my window open and it rained and it kind of messed stuff up. So they inspected the brakes and all that, replaced all the brakes all the way around, new lines front to back, and a whole new front end system, whole new front steering suspension. So now I did this back in. Let's go take a look at what they did, right? Are you interested? If not, you know, you can skip ahead. If I can figure out how to get this off. There we go. Okay. So, let's crawl on under here, take a look. You probably will not be able to see anything, but I just may cut this out or not. But, yeah. New hose, brake hoses. Let me, since I'm real close. There we go, new brake hoses. As you can see, it's still shiny. The caliper, which has got rust, but you can see the bleeder right there. It's still shiny. You can see hardware there. It's still shiny. New. Everything new. So they replaced, like I said, the entire brakes on this thing. Now I'm just trying to find the other stuff they did. I don't crawl under here that much. So yes, they replaced that bar there. All this here they replaced. All this is new. And they just couldn't, it was actually quite hard for them to find all those parts. Being so old, he actually had to go to a Winnebago forum. He found out that they use the same suspension and its steering linkage and all that for, you know, later years, like, you know, from the 80s and stuff. You know, they use the same type of stuff on I believe like a W300 or something. Like, he actually had to order all those parts from the Moog factory. There is nobody that carried those parts, so he had to special order those from the Moog factory. That's how that story went. So if you get one of these older Winnebagos, we're going to talk about the tires now. We need to talk about the tires. You're not just going to go to your everyday tire store and find these tires. They are an oddball size. And I'm just going to show you the brand of tires that I got. Well, anyway, I'll just tell you because I don't know if this is going to show up. They're called double coin. That's the tires. And the size is 8R17.5 RT 500. And they're pretty reasonable tires. They're like $162 each. That's pretty good for an RV tire, from what I've heard. So there you go. That is the size tire you need. And I thought I could get the when I got this, these were, I told them to put the best tire that was on here for a spare, and it was a Yokohama. They had Yokohama tires on this, and I thought they still made them, but apparently Yokohama does not make this size tire anymore. So that was a bummer because I kind of wanted the Yokohamas, but it is what it is. So let's come on inside again. And I'm gonna give you a shock of what the cost of all this work was. Yeah, if I can find it. I know I saw, oh yeah, there it is. Now there was a lot of work done to this There was a lot of work done to this Winnebago. So, you know, they called me and they asked me, are you sure you want all this work done? And I said, yup, I want it done. Okay. Now a lot of you are going to probably think, what? Are you crazy? maybe I am, maybe I'm not. It depends on your point of view. Okay? So, this was the final cost of what it was. That's a lot of money, right? Yes, of course it is. It's a very lot of money. But a lot of you were probably thinking, what? Are you crazy? You could have bought another one for that kind of money. See, and that's what the guy at the shop was saying. Are you sure? Because he knew. Are you sure you want to put this kind of money into this Winnebago? Because, you know, you can buy another one, a newer one even. You know, a newer one. And then I said, you know what? I love this Winnebago. And yup, I want it done. And he said, okay. Right? And I told him why I wanted it done. And a lot of you may say, oh, I would have just gotten rid of it and gotten a new one. Okay, great. You know, that's your opinion. But how I looked at it was, okay, people buy a classic car to restore, and they spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars putting this car together and restoring it. Essentially, that's how I looked at this. I have a classic vintage Winnebago you do not see every day, and it is in pretty good shape, and people look at this all the time. So why not stick money into it? People restore these old vintage motorhomes. And that's why I said, go ahead and do it. I love this motorhome. It's a classic. It's a vintage. It is no difference than restoring a Dodge Dart. We'll just say. Now, I'm not going to put in no muscle car, because we know those are going to be extremely expensive to restore, especially an RT Charger or a Roadrunner or a Cuda. No, they'll spend tens and thousands of dollars restoring those, you know, and depending, you know, they'll probably get their money back when they go to sell those either. I'm not looking to sell this. Not anytime soon. You know. And people that do restore your regular cars, they'll stick all this money into it and they will never get what they put into it. Never. So you're better off. If you're going to do that, you just do it for yourself and you keep it. And that is all I have to say about that.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So now those that said, oh, you could have sold it and got a new one, maybe that changes your mind a little bit. Maybe not. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this third installation of Miss Winnie, the 1974 Winnebago Brave. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you would like. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.